Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com. Daily market recap. Like, subscribe. Let's see the charts. Let's see what Spine Friends brought us today. Monday, October 16, 2023. We are entering high season of the earnings season. SPY, sideways move, tried to close this gap once again, failed to do so. 434 needs to hold, otherwise we will see 432. Below 432 we are heading straight to the 425. Let's see how market will react. We have Tesla, banks, Netflix coming up this week. Good reaction, and we will see this yellow trend line getting retested once again as resistance. Stay tuned, we are entering the full volatility of October. QQQ inside day, nothing much. We have this trend line to the upside, very tough resistance since July. Each and every time Qs tried, they failed to break and close above this purple trend line. 365 needs to hold, otherwise we have 362 and 358 to the downside. Dow Jones went to the 618 Fibonacci retracement. We had a downtrend, bounce, Fibonacci retracement, 618, the 340, 341 area. Now let's see, 338 needs to hold. Can we get a bounce and continuation above the 341 towards this gap over here, the 344, and then we will meet this yellow trend line that is a very tough resistance for price. Lower highs since August 2023, 2 months, downtrend. Let's see where Dow is taking us. IWM 1.6% to the upside, holding nice above this red zone. This red zone, look left. Very important zone, support zone since May of 2022. Now let's see continuation. Can bulls of IWM continue towards this red line? As I always say, trend lines are your true support resistance for price action. IWM since August, each and every time. We can also take it also from here. And as you can see, except this failed breakout, each and every time price reached, got rejected. Can IWM bulls first? Let's see, retesting this red trend line once again. And can we break up and above and close this gap at the 179? Bitcoin, fake news, went all the way to the 30K area. You know these levels. Everything is Fibonacci. Fibonacci and trend lines are your true support resistance for price action and your guide for future price action. You know these levels. You're more than welcome to check previous videos in the past few weeks or so. We did not change these Fibonacci levels. Yesterday on these fake news went all the way. Fibonacci resistance went back down. Now 28,130 needs to hold. Otherwise, retesting this blue trend line. Let's see where Bitcoin is heading. For now, on the longer term, we are still in a downtrend. Ethereum got rejected by the 1600 red line over here. We drew this line way back. Yesterday, went up, got rejected, went back down. Fake news on Bitcoin ETF. Now, looks like Ethereum is on its way back, retesting this yellow trend line and then this purple trend line. If you want to know more about trend lines, the relationship with pure price action, candlestick analysis, trend lines, Fibonacci first, check the links in the description below. And we have the Fibonacci Traders Academy playlist, 25 videos, each video on how to become a better trader on the technical side and, most importantly, on the mental side, the psychology behind trading. Never neglect the mental side of trading. free playlist. Check it out. Crude oil bouncing off this red zone. This red zone was a very important zone of resistance, very tough one last week. Retest it as support. Now bouncing back up. Let's see, can we get continuation above the 88.30 towards the 94? We also have trend lines that helps us to identify that for now we are inside an uptrend channel, breaking below it, and we will see 77 once again. Natural gas, nothing much inside day for now. We have a gap to the upside, and we also have a gap to the downside, and we know that there are no gaps on NG1, which means all gaps, let's say more than 99% of all gaps on futures, and it doesn't matter which futures, gas futures, oil futures, SPY, Qs, all futures does not have gaps. They don't have. So this gap will get filled. This gap will get filled. It's a matter of time. This gap will get filled very soon, maybe this week. This gap will get filled once 3 will fail to hold. SOXX, we have yellow downtrend channel, longer term since August. We have this red channel bouncing from this yellow trend line towards this yellow trend line, breaking below this red trend, this red channel, and we will see once again this yellow trend line getting retested, and then we will see this 433 gap getting filled, breaking above this yellow trend line, the trend line of the lower highs, and we will see the 502 gap getting filled. If you're lazy and you want something to tell you where are the next support and resistance for price action, use Fibonacci. If you want to know how to use Fibonacci on any time frame, on multi-time frames, check the links in the description below. You're more than welcome to join the one-on-one live mentorship program or the same program pre-recorded. Both programs will gain you access, lifetime access, support, guidance, and all Discord channels. Both programs available in English and in Hebrew. I guarantee that by the end of each program, you will have all the technical tools to make you a better trader, successful trader, and a much better risk manager. Check the links in the description below for further information. You're more than welcome to contact me on Discord or on Twitter. KRE, downtrend until proven otherwise. As you can see, these trend lines we drew way back, and in the past few days, perfect example of why trend lines are the true support resistance for price action and our roadmap for future price action. What does it mean, roadmap for future price action? As long as price is inside this channel, the way is south. Let's check XLE. Long time since we checked it. Trying to bounce back now, closed above the 89 area. Very important area of resistance and support. And now closed above it, but with a doji. A doji represents an indecision in the market and what might be a trend reversal. It's above the 618 Fibonacci retracement. Let's see if it holds another day or two, and then with high probability we will retest the 93 area. XLV trying to bounce off this yellow trend line, holding the higher lows since June of 2022. Last month, beginning of October, end of September, bounced once again. Now, as we can see, 131, 132 area, very tough resistance. Why? Look left and you will see why. Support resistance, resistance. So once again, the 131 area, very tough resistance. Let's see, 130 needs to hold, otherwise we will go retest this yellow trend line. And you don't even need Fibonacci. Why? Because you have trend lines. Trend lines are everything. Look at this. Trend line, rejected, rejected. Price of XLV, very tight price range, getting tighter and tighter. Be prepared for both sides. Long, above the red. Short, below the yellow. Apple, we don't need Fibonacci. We have trend lines. And once again, trend lines are the true support resistance. I know I sound like a broken record, but I want it to sit very, very good in our minds. We need to really understand the in-depth relationship between candlestick analysis, aka price action, and trend lines. Thursday, Apple tried, got rejected. Friday, back down. Today, still inside this channel. And as long as Apple is inside this channel, the way is south. Meta trying to recover from Thursday and Friday with an inside candle, 318 holding. Can Meta bounce back and once again retesting this yellow trend line? Or are we going to have short continuation below 313 towards the 300? Shopify holding very strong the 5130 area in the past 2-3 weeks already. Very strong. We are still waiting for 2-3 days closing above the 54, and then we start. And when I say we, I say Fibonacci-Traders, premium room, premium, diamond, and gold members. We will start taking our long position above the 54, slowly, maybe 25% position, and then another 25 above the 56, another 25 above the 57, and then once we will get close above the 58, closing this gap, we will add the last portion, the last 25% portion, and then we will head towards the 64, 67, and 71. Never put 100% position in the first time. Slowly build your positions. Tesla, trend line, rejected, trend line, holding a support. All this purple zone holding a support. 2 more days for Tesla's earnings. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? How market will react to Tesla's earnings? And this is the most important thing. Nothing else matters. The only thing that matters is how market will react to the earnings. 242 needs to hold. Otherwise, this double top scenario will get validated and we will see 218 gap getting filled. Good reaction, and price will retest this red trend line once again, breaking up and above, and 290 gap will get filled. Netflix, another big name, earnings coming up Wednesday after the bell. Trend line, let's clean the Fibonacci because we don't need it. We have trend line, you know this purple trend line, from support, now resistance. This is not magic, it's technical analysis, and it's not even rocket science. Bad reaction, this gap, 341, will get filled. Good reaction, we need a weekly close above 388, and then we can start our long position. AMD, trying for now, failing to get back above this green trend line. We have this trend line holding the higher lows since end of September. Very tight price range, breaking below this red trend line. This red trend line will become next support. Below it, we shall see once again 100. Let's see where AMD is heading. Some will see rising wedge. Below the rising wedge, 100 will come, in my opinion, very fast. Amazon, inside candle, 134, resistance area, 128, support. Long, only once we will see this gap getting filled and staying above the 134 area. Then we will start our long position on Amazon. Retracement below the 128 towards this yellow trend line. Microsoft 1.5% to the upside, but still failing to close above the 334 area. Very tough resistance. Once again, very tough resistance in the past 4 days or so with a doji, which means 328 needs to hold. Otherwise, 321. Long continuation above 334, at least 2 days, if not 1 week, closing above the 334, and then we will see 331, weekly close above 331, and with high probability, we are heading towards the 361. But we are not here to predict the future. We are here to learn how to follow price and use Fibonacci and trend lines to manage our risk and with high probability where price might be heading next. Google, 7 more days for earnings, holding nice above the 138 inside candle. Nothing much today on Google, breaking below the 138 where Google might be heading next. No need to guess. We have Fibonacci 135, 134, 132, 130 and 127. Long continuation on Google. In my opinion, we need to wait for close above the 141, and then we will have this red trend line as our next major resistance. Some kind of a pullback to the 135, also to the 134, and then going up once again, maybe after earnings, going once again, retesting this red line and the 145. Nvidia still have much time, enough time before earnings, more than 1 month, trying to stay inside this steep uptrend, but we have another trend line, the blue one, that will become a very tough resistance. If this orange trend line will fail to hold, and if you're a pattern trader, pattern seeker, what do you see? Left shoulder, head, and what might be right shoulder. If this will get validated, first, the 395 gap will get filled, and then this area, the 373, needs to hold. Otherwise, we have a major void at the 306. And remember, more than 85-90% of all gaps will get filled. It's a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So be prepared for both sides. If you want to go long on Nvidia, if you're not long yet, and if you want to go long on Nvidia, I would wait for at least 2-3 days above the 376.